I'm joined in studio now with Nikki from Metroland, and for all of you out there, your papers are awaiting you at your front doors across the region, and we have an update as to what you can expect to see. And one of the articles in the Oakville Beaver has to do with a woman's unfortunate event, really, that happened.
Yeah, so reporter David Lee, on the front page of the Oakville Beaver today, you'll find a story about a senior in Oakville. And unfortunately, what happened was the culvert that supported her driveway was old and basically crumbled and caused a sinkhole in her driveway. So she thought, naturally, that because it was part of the city land, like along the ditch, that the city would take care of the bill. Unfortunately, the city came back and said, no, the culvert is supporting your driveway, it's not part of the ditch. So she's now had to take out a loan to pay for this driveway repair, which is really unfortunate.
Quite unfortunate, and I'm sure for our viewers, to be prepared for incidences like that, because you never do know when that could happen to you.
Absolutely, and crumbling driveways are, you need to get out of your driveway.
Yeah, exactly. And now in Burlington, you guys have an interesting article about a particular important message to viewers out there about using those phones
behind the wheel. Yeah, so Constable Norm Deneau issued his 5,000th distracted driving ticket just this past week, and he has been doing this since the distracted driving became an issue. And he, the stories that he was telling us are just unbelievable. And this again is by reporter David Lee. And he was just, the constable was telling us that distracted driving now causes more incidents and accidents than impaired driving. And he just said, driving around, you see somebody swerving and they're either impaired or they're on their phone. And he's saying since the first installment of the ticketing with a price tag, people have tried to get sneakier about it. So, they've got it in their lap and they're doing what he calls the head bob. So they're doing, this while driving, or, they're driving around at night with the phones in their laps and their face is lit up from below. So, there are fairly telltale signs, but he also wants to, make sure that people know that the price of a distracted driving ticket is going up to $1,000 in January. So put those phones away. You can wait. Or pull over to the side of the road.
Right, and that is the important message for people to really take from this is, not about the price tag that's a part of this too, is really looking at the safety on our roads and looking out for one another, especially the fact that it is the leading cause of accidents these days.
Absolutely. So when you're driving up to the cottage this long weekend, just, pull over.
Yeah, and now up in Milton, you have some interesting...
Yeah, so up in Milton, your viewers may be familiar that we do a Reader's Choice Awards every year. And this week in Milton Champion, we've got the nominees. So you can go there, Miltonians, and check out if your favorite hairdresser is there, your favorite restaurant, or your favorite accountant even. So they're all in there, and we encourage everybody to go to InsideHalton.com and vote. And also in the Milton Champion this week, we've got a rundown of the STEAM era activities that will be at the park this weekend. And as well as in the Burlington Post, I neglected to mention that there's a full rundown of your RibFest events as well in the Burlington Post.
Great. Well, thank you very much for joining us here today. And again, all that information will be in your local papers, and you can also check them out online at InsideHalton.com.